so I hadn't seen Nick for about 5 hours. And I didn't know where to look. Our friends were staying at a hotel nearby, so I finally got to that hotel. I went inside. And when I walked through the doors, that's when I saw Nick. It was just a very happy moment.
After helping more than 150 other people get off the roof, Nick Busey got into one of the last helicopters himself.
The helicopter rescue was over. There were no more people being brought down.
You're thinking the worst things that imaginable. Why are you thinking of them dead?
When I just had no other places to turn, I thought I saw some movement up in the balconies. And as we came across the street and got a little closer, I could see that, in fact, there were people on a balcony. And a little closer, I could see that someone was carrying someone. A little closer still, and that person was a little person, and then the dark hair, and then I saw that it was Brandon.
7-year-old Brandon Benevento had been kept safe in a 14th floor room by a couple who did not know him.
Someone was holding me back in the crowd because I was trying to get through, and I'm sure they probably thought I was some crazy person. I could see he was okay. Just all of the commotion after all he had been through was very upsetting to him. I was checking to see if I could find Chandra.
Within minutes, 10-year-old Chandra was put into the arms of a waiting friend. Chandra had been kept with her brother by the same couple. Her father was the last to hear.
Somebody came screaming over. They found him, they found him. Kept saying, "Are you sure? Are you positive? It's my children."
I was so happy to see them. It was just an unbelievable moment.
Only when he finally heard that the children were safe would John Benevento allow himself to be transported to a hospital for treatment.
It was probably one of the most happiest moments of my life. To know they'd come out of that building alive.
The next day, the bodies of 98 people were removed from the charred hotel. Arson investigators determined that the fire had been deliberately set. Hotel workers involved in a labor dispute had thrown a lit can of flammable material into an empty storage room. They were subsequently sentenced to life in prison.
There was a lot of gloom. The whole city took it to heart that there was a disaster.
And still, they saved so many lives.
Hundreds of men, women, and children were rescued that day. Nearly half lifted off the roof by helicopter.
Those helicopter pilots were unbelievably tremendous. They were the best that anybody could ever ask for at the time that you needed a pressure person.
In the past 3 years, Nick Busey has gotten many awards for his bravery that New Year's Eve. Within a few months of the fire, Bonnie gave birth to their first child.
When Megan was born, I'd have to say it was probably the happiest moment of our lives.
Our baby was healthy, Bonnie was healthy, which is all I wanted. And thank God things worked out for as many people as it did.
The Benevento family has gone on with their lives, but John lost a lifelong friend, and the fire is still a vivid memory for Brandon and Chandra.
I was scared of death, and I was scared of never seeing my parents again and my friends at school. It was nice that my brother and I were together, though. That was the good part about it.
My dad was in the casino, but what I didn't know is if he had escaped. And when I saw him so happy, I didn't know where he was or anything. I was just so happy to see him.
I think it's been very hard for John. I think what these people in that casino went through, I think he saw some sights that I wouldn't want to see in a movie.
You look back and could I have saved some of my friends if I didn't run out of there, or would I have died with them? And to this day, I mean, you just miss them.
A lot of times I think of all the people that died in this fire, and I think how lucky I am that I'm not even hurt. I was like, lucky we're alive, all of us.
Stop the car!
Next,